Hi, I'm Steve, the introverted traveler. I've made it my mission in life to explore the beaches, deserts, mountains, and even cityscapes around us, and to do so while avoiding contact with as many people as possible. And although I will never hang out with you for any reason, I do invite you to join me on my journey. Come and see the world through the eyes of an extreme introvert. On this edition, we are on our way to the peak of Hamilton Mountain in Beacon Rock State Park near Stevenson, Washington. Along the way, we will encounter beautiful waterfalls, breathtaking views, snowy terrain, and, for some reason, trail nudity. Her naked ass is hanging out in the air. Her pants are around her ankles. All this and much more on this Introverted Travels. Greetings once again, and I am back on yet another adventure. And already the misery index is off the charts. This is completely and utterly miserable. I'm here in Beacon Rock State Park, hiking to the peak of Hamilton Mountain. It's a sunny day. Starting tomorrow, it's going to be completely rainy and snowy here in the Pacific Northwest. And so every single human being that exists in Oregon, Washington, and probably most of Canada is out here today, gawking at waterfalls, talking, having mundane conversations, and saying hello and good morning. I literally am on a little, I'm not even on a side trail. I somehow ended up here at a power tower, whatever they're called. I'm in like the bushes trying to film this opening. That's how many damn people are here. I couldn't even park at the trailhead. I had to park at the main park, which was about a quarter of a mile away, which is fine. I don't care about that. I can do extra walking. I'm a hiker. I'm good at that. Tolerating other people, though, that's the challenge. Listening to their conversations, seeing them try to turn this place into a freaking Walmart or Disneyland or whatever people think they're doing out here in nature. But that's okay. For my art and for all of you, I am going to be a professional, and I'm going to be an absolute hero, and I'm going to brave my fellow humans. I'm going to hike up the Hamilton Mountain. Possibly. Now, there's a bunch of snow at the top this time. When I was here last time, there wasn't. So I'm going to do my best. I'm going to get up there. I'm going to see if there's snow. I'm actually looking at it right now, and I can literally see snow. A little tiny drop. But I guess it's difficult to navigate at the top. We'll go up and we'll see. But there's 1,000 people here, so I'm sure there's going to be like a trail blaze through the snow. So I'm headed up to this mountain. I'm gonna grit my teeth. I'm going to remember my mantra. No humans. No humans. And we're gonna get this done. All right, let's get started. Because the faster I can get this over, the faster I can go find some place to cry. Uh-oh. I'm at the much lower elevation than I will be in about an hour and a half. There's already snow. That doesn't bode well. And I'm very experienced as a hiker in rain and in mud and in fog and all that stuff. But in snow, oh, it absolutely terrifies me. I mean, you see what a bumbling idiot I am in under normal conditions, even like summer sunny day conditions. But you add snow to the mix, and I could very well die. Just looking at the snow, just that amount of snow right over there, it's amazing it didn't already kill me. So I'm gonna get to the top, and well, let's hope that the universe will smile upon me, and let's hope that my bumbling idiocy will somehow save the day, because it usually does, because I'm such a bumbler that I just bumble my way out of disaster every single time. But I do have some snow gear, I have some crampons, I have hiking poles, and I have the ability to roll myself into a little ball, roll down the hill, and, you know, start screaming and crying like a 10-year-old boy. But yeah, with those skills, hopefully I will be able to survive. But we'll see. Either way, I'm going to capture it on a GoPro, and somebody will upload this. So entertainment for all. You know, it's a win-win for all of you. So one of the major pain points about this hike, and one of the reasons why there's so many people at the trailhead and why there's so many people on this first mile, and we're not quite there yet. I decided to film where I'm filming because I know it's going to be bombarded. But there's two waterfalls, and they're within a mile of, you know, walking distance from the trailhead. It's like, that's just like, you know, putting a stake out for a hungry tiger. I mean, they come. The people, they're like, oh, I only have to walk a mile? Ooh, I'm lazy. I can walk a mile though. Let's go see the pretty waterfall. And then hikers like me, who are here to do the whole thing and have solitude and silence, we get to hear you and your children and your children's children and every generation of your family ever, including many ghosts, I might add. We get to hear you gawk at the waterfall and go, hey, look, it's water. It's falling from a cliff. And there's somebody behind me. I don't even have to say it. Let's just go and get through waterfall hell. Okay, the All Trails map and the sign calls this Hardy Falls, but because I'm in such a bad mood right now, I'm completely miserable, and because, well, these are my videos and I can do whatever the hell I want, I'm gonna rename points to reflect the mood and the vibe of the trail today. So welcome to Forced Socialization and Misery Falls. Yes. It's gonna reflect the fact that there's 100 billion people out here. And, you know, any socialization, forced or otherwise, is complete misery, so it's apt. It's a good name. There it is. Beautiful waterfall. There's people everywhere. Let's go. That was Rodney Falls, AKA there's people coming, hurry up and get the damn shot falls. I got the damn shot. Let's go. Now that I'm past the waterfalls, there's fewer and fewer people, thankfully. However, from previous experience, let me throw in a little bit of a spoiler alert. Unfortunately, when we reach the top, there's gonna be people. There's gonna be a lot of people. They're gonna go up there thinking that they're gonna get this grand view and everything else. Let me tell you, All Trails literally ends this particular trail, at least the version I'm actually on a different map this time, but my original map, it just parked me in the bushes. Like literally just left me in the bushes. I'm assuming that this map, which is actually a loop map, because there's a trail on the other side of the mountain that we're gonna check out today, if we can get there, you know, due to snow. But yeah, at the top, there's a little bit of a view. It's kind of cool. It's more, it's better going up and seeing the view while you're going up. When you actually get there, it's mostly trees and shrubs and crap in the way. And literally All Trails is like, here's a bunch of bushes. See ya. So yeah, just a spoiler alert, it's gonna be anticlimactic. But there's gonna be some great rants and groaning and complaining up until that point. So it's completely worth watching. But yeah, when we get up towards the top, there's gonna be people. There's gonna be a lot of people. But right now, we have a little bit of silence, a little bit of solitude. We're in the forest. It's beautiful. The wind is blowing. The sun is shining. The tree is treeing. But it won't last, folks. But while it does, let's enjoy it. No people. No people. Okay, actually, we are at the point of the trail where it splits. and it actually just does a loop around the top and back down. Now, All Trails has me going in this direction, which is opposite from the direction I went last time. However, I know from reading the reviews, the one that was at the very top, because I'm not gonna read any other reviews. So the review at the top of the All Trails was from yesterday, and I know that this way is relatively snow-free, and I can make it to the top this way. So my plan is to go that way, and then come back, if possible, that way. So yeah, does that sound like a plan? Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, it's like 7 miles, 8 miles, probably 100 miles with All Trails and inability to estimate mileage. But yeah, I'm gonna go the way that I know and the way that I know works. And I hear living human zombies coming at me. So let's just go this way and hope for the best. Hell has a name. It's called hiking. Alright, I've made it to Little Hamilton Mountain, which is about halfway, maybe a little less. Check out the views. We'll start over here. All this, of course, is the Columbia River. Straight ahead of me is, of course, Oregon. And that thing over there, that looks like a lopsided pair of boobs. That's Beacon Rock itself. I think it's like an old volcano core or something, I don't know. The dog and I have been on top of it. But it's also a tourist beacon because it looks like a pair of lopsided boobs. But, okay. My fear of heights is kicking in. The wind is whipping at me, and I'm seeing beautiful trees. But I'd rather be over here facing certain death if I trip or fall than behind me where there's like 2,000 people. Oh my heavens. This is worse than the last time I came. But look, beautiful sights. Okay, I'm gonna get the hell away from this. I mean, I'm not too close to the edge or anything, but too close to my face. But yeah, it's absolutely terrifying. I'm gonna go back. But yeah. There's Oregon, we're in Washington. Beauty for all. Check out this view. This is where I stopped last time and took photos of the cloud inversion. But this time I can barely film because people everywhere. They're coming out of the woods. I swear they're falling from the sky. They're all over this trail. But yeah, we get to see, I don't know what that town down there is, but there's the Columbia River over there. That's that wet thing. There's the snow-covered mountains over there in Oregon. And yeah, okay, let's get out of here before half the population of Seattle shows up on a bus. There's a huge group of hikers behind me. And I swear, the mouth of hell coughed up a bunch of demons this morning and threw them on the hiking trail. There's talking, there's laughing. It's awful. It reminds me how much I like dogs. Every time I see a group of humans, I realize how much I like dogs. I also realize how much I hate humans, but they're coming. Let's go. All right, here's the quick scoop because there's people crawling all over this mountain like freaking spiders. All right, this is the top. We've made it to the peak. Actually, the real peak is like 20 feet that way, and again, it's covered in human spiders. But I'm actually going to go in this direction. As you can see, it's a freaking winter wonderland up here. And the voices are getting closer. And these are not in my head, I swear. No, there's like 4,000 people over there. But yeah, I'm actually gonna go this way. And I was thinking about putting on the crampons, but I'm actually not having too much of an issue. I'm using the, well, hey, that just looks really cool, but I'm using the trekking poles. But holy crap, the amount of misery that is on this mountain. This is not Hamilton Mountain, folks. This is Misery Mountain. Mundane conversation hell is happening behind me. But okay, I'll complain about that later. Number one mission is survival. So get off the mountain that is full of people. All right, check this out. I've literally had these things hanging in my backpack for the last few months. Crampons. Now, I don't really know if this snow is appropriate for crampons. I think it is, but I could probably just get by with, like, you know, micro spikes or something. But I literally spent a whole ton of money on these crampons, and I've never used them. Also, there's a ton of people out here. Forget the crampons. Please, get me a helicopter to get the hell off here, because there's mundane conversations, there's laughter. Oh, it is literally the 7th, 8th, and 9th circle of hell. There's so many people out here, I've had to invent new circles of hell. Hamilton Mountain, aka Misery Mountain. All right, I'm gonna walk in the snow and see if I impale myself on a pair of badly put on crampons, because I didn't put these things on right. I'm almost 100% sure. But again, folks, I have absolutely no idea what I'm doing. So you're lucky I'm still alive. Okay, so now surprisingly the crampons are making it a lot easier to do this. They keep sliding off because I don't think I have them fastened right, but you know what? They're working. So unfortunately, I keep being passed by people with no crampons on, just bare boots. They're slipping their asses down the mountain, but half of them are like, you know, half my size, so they're not as prone to causing an avalanche as I am. But yeah, this is where I am. Isn't this beautiful? Very easy to get dead out here. Trying really hard not to get dead. We'll keep you updated on whether or not I get dead. So let's try not to get dead. All right, I have managed to make it over all the snow. I don't think I know how to use my equipment very well, but hey, it doesn't matter. I survived. That's what matters. And I'll practice at home, you know, walk around the carpet with my crampons on. But yeah, so there's still a little bit of snow, but we are at the point where the snow is no longer covering the trail. And I had crampons on for so long, I think I may have forgotten how to walk. But the important thing is I am now out here by myself. It took me so long to get over that snowbank up there that it may be tomorrow. I may literally have been here overnight and now it's tomorrow. I don't remember that, but I wouldn't be surprised. So, okay, I'm gonna get my butt down this mountain and then I'm going the hell home because it's freaking cold up here. Look at all that snow. That's cold. Okay, so I just crossed over that. That's the saddle of the mountain. There's some beautiful views. There's some beautiful views over here, and there's some beautiful view right here. That joke's never gonna get old. I'm sorry. I know I've said it like a trillion times, but to me it's absolutely hilarious. But yeah, there's Oregon over there, Washington in that direction, beauty in this direction. See, it's never gonna get old. Okay, so I'm headed back down to my car. I have checked. This is the way. Luckily, there's no more snow. I would hope. I don't know. I mean, there was snow everywhere. I had it in my boots. I had it in my crampons. I ended up sitting down, had it in my pants. And yet, I've still hiked the whole thing in a t-shirt. Don't ask me why or how. All right. So at the moment, there's still some snow on the ground. A little bit of. But as you can see, I'm on a dirt path at the moment. Well, mud really, but it's a lot easier to walk on. There's no ice. There's just a little bit of slush. I'm okay with slush. I don't think it's gonna kill me. Watch, it's gonna totally kill me. But at the moment, I'm out here by myself. I'm out in the pine forest with the snow around me. It's a little bit chilly, but it's actually not that bad. I mean, literally, I've hiked half this thing in a t-shirt. So, you know, it's not that bad out here. So it's story time. It's time to tell the tale of the butt. Now, as I mentioned earlier, there was a large group of hikers going up to Hamilton Peak. And there was 7 or 8 of them. They were all younger than me, but I'm older than dirt, so geology is younger than me at this point. And they were mixed between, you know, males and females and whatever. And at one point, they were behind me. They were loud and obnoxious, so I stopped and I let them pass, hoping that they would, you know, somehow disappear from existence. But they then got about a quarter of a mile ahead of me, and then they just stopped literally right in the middle of the trail, blocking everything. And they looked disgruntled and a little put off when I'm like, excuse me, I'd like to go by, and you know, and I passed them. Well, the group was a little bit dispersed. So there was a woman who was just a little ways ahead of them. She was with the group. I'd seen her with the group. And I passed her. I didn't say anything. And I went ahead and I turned at the switchback. And as I'm up at the switchback, I turn around just inadvertently. Her naked ass is hanging out in the air. Her pants are around her ankles. Now, mind you, I don't believe she was going to the bathroom, although that is very real possibility. I mean, we're out in a mountain, and nature calls, and you do what you have to do. Of course, in the middle of the trail isn't necessarily a good form, but, you know, it is what it is. But the group just seemed to be standing there. You know, her ass was hanging out, and she pulled her pants up really fast. Now, this transpired within 30 seconds, because I had walked past her, and then I turned, and then, so about 30 seconds. So if she had gone to the bathroom, well, I'm an old guy, so it takes me like half an hour. So maybe I'm not the best one to speak about this, but it just doesn't make sense. More realistically, it could have been for OnlyFans or, you know, porn or something. I don't know, but all I know is that she was with a group of huge assholes, and she decided to go ahead and show hers. Hiking is weird. I mean, hiking is just really, really weird. But yeah, there's naked butts out here in the forest, folks. And they're not mine, thank goodness. All right, so I'm continuing my meander through the woods here. But this trail that I'm on, this particular trail, it's looping back to the trail that I was on earlier. And it's gonna drop me off somewhere above the Rodney Falls area. So, knowing what I know about this trail, especially knowing what I know about, you know, waterfalls being close enough to the trailhead that everybody goes, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna give my trail rating now, just so I'm able to film this segment, because damn the people. I mean, that's what this trail rating segment's all about anyway. On a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being the worst possible thing for an introvert, the main circle of hell itself, Disneyland on the 4th of July, where you've got demons flying through the air. They all look like you know, Mickey and Minnie, but you've got children screaming, adults screaming. I mean, I'm pretty sure that's exactly what biblical hell is. I mean, it's what it sounds like to me. I mean, you got people screaming, you got weird creatures in costume. It's awful. It's absolutely terrible. Worst thing possible for an introvert. Versus a 10, which is the greatest thing possible for an introvert. And that's a nice ice field in the middle of Antarctica, just you and the penguins. It's serenity, it's heaven, it's everything. I mean, the angels sing when I think about that. So on that scale, 1 to 10, this trail's about a 2. I mean, as I've already referenced, the entire state of Washington and most of northern Oregon is out here today. We've got hooting, hollering, check, check. Screaming, check. We got people running around, check. People doing stupid things in the snow. Okay, that was me, but check. And of course we have, you know, R-rated butt shots, apparently. Check. So, this trail has been utterly miserable up until this point. Now, I mean, the trees and the breeze and the noise of the creek. And it's much, much better. But the first half or so, actually, yeah, about the first, I'd say 60% of the trail has been completely miserable. And so I'm gonna have to give it a 2. Of course, I'm also here on a Saturday, not a Sunday, because there's bad weather coming in. So, you know, I adapted. I can do that. So, this might not be typical of how it is, maybe on like a Wednesday or a Thursday, but on a weekend, it is literally the mouth of hell. The misery index, scale of 1 to 5, 1 is a pipe dream, because I'm always miserable to some degree. 1 is no misery. And of course, a 5 is the worst misery ever. At points during this trail, I was at a 5,000. I mean, around the butt incident, with the people hooting and hollering and screaming and then stopping in the middle of the trail. Yeah, that's about where, you know, where it peaked for me. But now that I'm just, you know, meandering through the forest and complaining to a GoPro, I'm in my comfort zone. I mean, this is my safe zone. This is my love. You know, the woods and complaining. Those two go very well together for me. So I'm about, you know, 2.5, maybe a 3, but probably about a 2.5. So those are our ratings for today. Well, I'm back here again, and I'm in the same emotional state that I was this morning. You know, angry, disgruntled, and wishing Skynet would just come alive and nuke us already. And, you know, typical day. All right, I am finally done, and I am heading back down, actually past the trailhead, because of course I had to park down by the main part of the park. And now it is that point in the video in which I have to say goodbye to all of you. But before that, let's recap. Well, today we hiked Hamilton Mountain. Second time hiking it. First time, unfortunately, I had a malfunction with the microphone, but this time, well, fingers crossed on this one. But along the way, unfortunately, we saw pretty much the entire population of the Pacific Northwest out here. We encountered trail nudity. We encountered talking, hooting, hollering, and all the things that make, you know, society absolutely awful and terrible, and you should never participate in it because it's evil. And of course, once I actually reached the peak, I slapped on my crampons and tried to get desperately away from the people by crawling through the snow. and didn't go as well as I wanted it to, but it will take practice. We'll get better with that. But alas, now I am back, headed to my car. Once again, nature has failed to kill me, at least for today. Well, at least for this part of the day. I mean, I still have to drive home and, you know, sit in my house. And there's so many ways to die. I mean, have you ever thought about how many ways there are to die in a single day? A dissertation should be written. But until then, I'm going to tell everybody, stay introverted. And I'll see you in the next adventure.